Hi, my name is Eliza Connor, and I'm so glad that you're interested in learning more about my undergraduate research. I titled my work Chronicle of a Prison Sentence Foretold because it explores the high imprisonment rates in the United States and what might be causing these rates. I'm very passionate about this research because it's centered around mental health awareness. As college students, specifically college students living through a pandemic, the stress that comes from learning how to live on your own and figuring out who you want to be, all while maintaining a plethora of responsibilities, is quite enough stress for a lifetime. Unfortunately, such extremely high levels of stress can quickly lead to anxiety and depression. And the sad reality is that the best and most common advice students are given is to keep pushing through until the end of the semester. My research demonstrates that mental health may be even more important than we realize now, and that action needs to be taken to improve mental health for all ages. Moving on to the statistic that drives my research, it's important to note that the United States has the largest prison population per capita out of all countries in the world. Many studies have made an effort to explain the high crime rates. For example, Kevin and Karen Wright conducted research supporting that individuals who are exposed to substantial conflict during their childhood have the highest risk of becoming delinquents later in life. Along similar lines, Thomas Frizzell concluded that crime, Thomas Frizzell concluded that crime often runs in the family. And Maria Ekstrand argues that individuals who are released from prison are ill prepared for the real world and therefore are more likely to return to prison. In general, the most common susceptibility factors found through secondary research pointed toward inadequate domestic lives. But these conditions exist just as frequently, if not more frequently, in other countries. Yet other countries don't have this same problem. With these understandings in mind, this study reveals how the United States prison system itself could be the main issue. With such a high percentage of prisoners, you would hope that the United States would be regarded as one of the safest countries. But according to the Global Peace Index, which is a quantitative measurement of a country's safety, the United States is ranked 128th safest country out of 163 ranked countries. This means that imprisoning so many individuals isn't making our country any safer. And according to my research, most people do not believe that prison transforms people into law abiding citizens, which would explain why the United States isn't a very safe country. My research my research suggests that the lack of mental health consideration in prisons could be the underlying issue leading to such a high prison population. Of the participants in my survey, the majority believe that mental health is as important as physical health. This is essential to note because it means that society is becoming more accepting of the seriousness of mental health. In years past, mental illness was mainly treated using physical means because it was believed that mental illnesses were caused by physical illnesses. Unfortunately, the prison system in the United States has not yet adapted to reflect this new understanding of mental health, but rather it was created during a time when mental health wasn't viewed as very important. According to the United States Department of Justice, there are 4.5 times as many inmates as staff on average in a prison, but nearly 75% of the funding goes towards staff, and only 11% of the budget is allocated to medical operations and supplies, which includes all healthcare provided to inmates. As a result, inmates are not given proper mental health treatment while they're incarcerated, and prisoners are an extremely high risk population for mental illness. Because of this, research revolving around mental health, particularly within incarcerated communities, is essential to improving the standard of living for everyone in the United States. Moving forward, prisons in the United States need to be more fully staffed with mental health professionals, and they should also be provided with post prison support that can assist them with building a new life and with their mental health. A combination of these two efforts will help break the cycle of crime in the United States. But in addition to breaking the cycle, it's also important to prevent the crime from occurring in the first place. Going back to our extremely stressed college students, mental health education should be incorporated into all school systems in the United States. Teaching young individuals how to cope with stress and past trauma may be a helpful way to reduce future crime. Thank you for taking the time to hear more about my research. I hope you learned something that interested you. And if you have any questions or want to further discuss my research, I welcome you to email me at the email listed at the top of my poster. Thanks again. Bye.